One thing that I've always thought that's really funny about this bike, it is fuel injected, which I got this thing right here, which was a choke on a fuel injected bike. I think it's kind of funny. The Thunder Pig. This thing sort of stops. Oh man, this download torque is so nice. Welcome to another installment of the ChixVlog Moto Vlog. As you can see, today I'm on the RC51, aka Thunder Pig. It's been a little while since I've ridden the RC, but commenters have been trying to kick me in the butt to get me to get out and ride. It's like 50-something degrees today. It's actually pretty freaking cold for me. I don't like cold. I don't like cold at all. But I layered up. I got my winter gear on and I actually feel quite nice. My hands are a little cold, but nothing I can't handle. So instead of taking the BMW out today, I decided to take out the RC. Kind of wanted to do a little review on it. It's a 2002 SP2 RC51. As some of you might know, or a lot of you might know, RC51 has a long racing heritage, but they were discontinued in the mid-2000s, and since then they've really been passed up as far as technology and rideability, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. The RC51 it's kind of its own machine. You either like it or you don't. And this is going to be technically my third one. I never rode the second one. It was kind of a parts bike, but it was rideable. My first one I actually crashed very lightly when I was riding the Dragon in Tennessee. So a little bit about the RC51. It's a V-twin motorcycle made by Honda. It's quite heavy, but that doesn't keep it from holding an insane line. This bike can hold a line. Just because she's a heavyweight doesn't mean that it can't dance in the corners. I personally really like them. They have a really cool personality, and you actually have to ride the bike. My first impressions when I first got on an RC, the bar feel is very heavy. Wow, these brakes. Oh, it's nothing like the BMWs. Early 2000s technology. Pros of an RC51. They're awesome. They're not very common. They pull like freight trains down low. The RC has a very classic, very elegant look to it, I think. Here's another positive. RC51 is very stable. You know when you're just kind of messing around and you come up to stop signs, stop lights, trying to see how long you can balance? I can balance the longest coming up to a stop on this bike. Oh look, a train. Yeah. Let's let this guy go. Thank you for not running me over. A lot of people will talk to you about it because it is a sport bike that kind of sounds like a Harley, or, you know, it doesn't sound like a normal inline four. So I'll get a lot of looks. Everybody thinks, oh, you know, a cruiser's going to be coming up. Oh, okay, it's a sport bike. That's kind of weird. Yay, looks like we get to go soon. Negatives about the RC51. It's older. Having ridden, not a lot of new bikes, but some newer bikes, like the 07 CBR, I had an 09 Yamaha R1, of course I have the 2010 BMW, and they're so much more refined. Another con, it is heavy. A lot of the newer bikes, because they have so many electronics, do weigh similar, maybe even a little bit more, but you feel this bike's weight when you ride it. The weight is not centered as low. The center of gravity is not as low as new bikes. The engineering, like I said, has come a long way. So you feel it in the heavy bar feel. You feel it when you tip it over to put it on the kickstand and take it off. You feel it riding around. Does not get the greatest gas mileage. It is 1,000, so it's not like I'm really caring caring so much about the gas mileage. It has 32,000 miles on it, so she's got some miles on her. Still rides great though. That's why you gotta love a Honda. But it does have rear sets, so my feet do sit higher and farther back. It does make the pressure on my arms a lot more, so I really have to engage my core and my lower back just to be more comfortable. The BMW is a much more comfortable bike to ride. Now, I kind of spoke of the pros and cons of the bike itself. Now, what I think of the bike, well, I have one, don't I? I like that it's a V-twin. It's something different. I would say that I'm an inline fan more than I am a V-twin fan, just because I love that stomach flopping feeling inline will give you when you get up into the high RPMs, and they're just fun to ride. If a bike could be opinionated, I would say that the RC is a very opinionated motorcycle. If you're thinking that it's going to be 1,000 and it's going to rip your arms off, well, it can. And it can get you in trouble really easily. But you're not gonna, it's not the 180 horsepower or 160 horsepower that a lot of the newer, or even 200 now, but you know. But it's just not, it doesn't have a whole lot of horsepower. Oh, I smell donuts. Oh, donuts. It has personality. It has opinions. You also gotta love that sewing machine thing that the RC does. It's got gears for timing instead of a belt or a chain. So it sounds like a sewing machine at idle. You can hear the whee! Yeah, I love that sound. Oh, another con, they do get pretty hot. Their radiators are on the side, not in the front. You can convert it to a front radiator setup, but stock they have a radiator on each side. It does get pretty warm, especially in the summer. The frame gets smoking hot. Oh my gosh, this frame will burn you. 'Tis a hot pig. Ooh, trucks are battling. Just let them in. Jeez. Not the most powerful bike, but you don't really own an RC to have the most powerful bike. It's kind of like why Jay Leno owns all of his steam cars and all the weird stuff that he has, is because he enjoys it. He likes it. Not because it's the fastest or the coolest or the most common. Riding an RC and owning an RC is basically comes down to soul, I guess. Are they a bike for you? Maybe, maybe not. The best thing to do is throw a leg over one and see what you think. I personally really like them, but my boyfriend, he doesn't. He's more of an inline guy. Now, I prefer an inline, but I basically now want to always have an RC in my garage. They're getting harder and harder to find, and they're just really cool.